All right, guys, as promised, the combo video is here. We're going to start off with Ostinato. So you're going to activate Ostinato. This is going to send 2 Shopinas, your level 7 Melodious monster, to the graveyard in order to summon from your extra deck a copy of Bacha. On summon, she's going to activate her effect to summon a Melodious monster from your deck. You're going to go ahead and summon a copy of Shopina, your third and final Shopina. So now you've got 2 level 7 bodies on board. As you know, we're playing the virus card, so we love to put dark monsters with 2,500 attack or more on the field for free. So the free card of our choice right now is going to be Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. What you're going to do is you're going to activate that effect to detach the Bacha specifically to summon a level 4 Winged Beast from your deck. Now, the Winged Beast of your choice is going to be Starring Starling. So, what this card does is that depending on the zone that it's in, it modulates its level. This was from Dane. So, when you put it in the rightmost zone, it becomes a level 7. It increases by 3. So, from here, on resolution, you're going to activate the Bacha's effect in the graveyard, which is going to summon one of your... Shopinas from your graveyard. So now you have this dark 2,500 attack power monster for free for your Eradicator Epidemic Virus, if you choose. And you have 2 cards for your Shangri-Ira, 2 level 7s. So that's a really cool combo with just Ostinato. Gives you a bunch of bodies. If you want to go the other route and you already have enough bodies, you can overlay for the Utopic Future Zexal, which makes the rest of your board untargetable, which can really protect your Arise-Heart. All you would need to get to that full board is to have drawn the Ostinato with Kashtira Arise-Heart. So I'm going to show that combo now with Kashtira Arise-Heart on the field. We're going to go ahead and bring out Arise-Heart. Now, since you control a Kashtira monster, you can activate the effect to special summon it, even though you didn't use your normal summon, but it's always good to keep your normal summon. Special summon that out. Then you can banish a card from your deck. We usually want to get Kashtira Big Bang in rotation to banish the top 3 cards from our opponent's deck face down. That will actually allow us to trigger the Shangri-Ira's effect on our own turn, which turns on our Arise-Heart. So we can actually just slap on top of this the Kashtira Arise-Heart. And then we can protect our Kashtira Arise-Heart by overlaying these 2 for our Utopic Future Zexal. And because we have 7 ranks on the field here and 1 rank on the field here, that's 8. 8 times 500 is 4,000. So this is the only thing your opponent can target with effects or attacks, and it's got 4,000 attack, and it has a quick effect to detach a material to take control of one of your opponent's monsters permanently. Now, don't forget that since the card was banished, your mandatory effect of Arise-Heart must trigger, and you're going to go ahead and attach that Big Bang. And then if your opponent breathes funny, you're going to have your 3rd material attached to Kashtira Arise-Heart, and you're going to be able to quick effect, detach 3 to banish a card on the field face down, which is an insane interruption. So, next up, I also wanted to briefly showcase the power of the Red Eyes engine in this strategy. So, you're going to need 1 level 7 body. Let's go with Ogre. And we're going to need the Red Eyes package. So Black Meteor Dragon. So in the deck profile, I talk about this and how it's a crazy card. What we're going to do is we're going to special Kashtira Ogre. You can go ahead and use the effect to thin your deck. Most of the time, unless you have a Tearlaman's Kashtira or a Scareclaw Kashtira, you're going to get your preparations, because this can be a really good extender by bringing stuff back from the banished or from your hand. But if you have one of those banished cards, I would get Big Bang, since that allows you to get the Big Bang in rotation, because it'll be banished off of one of your other effects. But in this instance, I'll just grab preparations, because it's a decent disruption as well. Now you can activate Black Meteor Dragon in your hand, dumping your Red Eyes Black Dragon Vanilla as cost to the graveyard to special summon it as a level 7 monster, which is really cool. Hypothetically, if you had one more level 7 extender, like in the form of Starring Starling, for example, you can go even further beyond. You can actually overlay these two for your first copy of Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon, and then quick effect speed, detach a material to special summon out a Red Eyes. You can go ahead and normal summon your Starring Starling out to the field, and it becomes a level 7. So you can overlay for another monster. You could make the really cool Kurzebs. You can make the Harmonizing Gradle. If you're breaking a board, you've got the Dark Armed Dragon of Annihilation, Big Eye, X-Pearly Happiness. You can even make another Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. These can't be destroyed by card effects. And if this one's destroyed, then you can use this one to bring back a Red Eyes, for example, which is really cool. Or you could just go the safe play and summon out Shang. Now, the really cool thing about summoning out your Shang is if you do happen to draw one of the cards I mentioned in the deck profile. You have the Eradicator Epidemic Virus as a really cool disruption to get hand knowledge and whatnot, but there's another trap card that I mentioned called Full Armored XYZ. As long as you control an XYZ monster, it has a really cool effect. So, we're going to set this, and we're going to go to our standby phase. We're going to activate Shangri Era. Since that was activated and successfully didn't get negated, you can summon like an Ogre out here, for example. You can actually use Full Armored XYZ now to XYZ summon, even though you don't have 2 level 7s on board. So you can do many things. You can actually overlay these two for your Utopic Future Zexal, but I don't think you would ever do that. What you would do, though, is use this to overlay for your Kashtira Arise-Heart. Now, you can summon this on top of any Kashtira monster, so you can put it on top of Ogre, or you can put it directly on top of your Shang if you don't care about locking your opponent's zones, and you just need a body on board in order to like banish the monster face down very quickly. And because Full Armored XYZ overlays on top of something, you can actually dodge disruption that way, which is also another really cool caveat about it. After you activate it and summon your Arise-Heart, this will resolve, leaving the field banished, which triggers the Arise-Heart to attach, so you get another material on top of that, no matter which one you decide to overlay over. So those are the main combos. There's nothing really else that stands out. The main thing that you want is to have your Rise-Heart with 2 other bodies, which gets you your Kashtira Rise-Heart very easily, but any 3 bodies work, and you're maxing out on Birth and Theosis, so it's very easy to get those bodies on board to make your Arise-Heart. And this is what you're counting on to win you the game, along with your Floodgates, like your Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and your Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. It just becomes so oppressive that your opponent really can't interact with it and break your board, so you basically just win by default because of the powerful Floodgate of Arise-Heart stopping your opponent from making pushes. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Subscribe for more Genesys content. I've got something else cooking, and I think you're going to want to see it tomorrow. So subscribe for that. Bye-bye.